Finishing a game. This is one of the most difficult things to do. So instead of talking about how to finish making a game, let me talk about my next game and how I'm going to finish it. Soon or soonish? There are many factors that affect game development and the ability to finish it. Many people talk about scope creep or uncontrolled expansion of the game. You want to keep adding things non-stop because each one seems fun or interesting into the game. Well, I have defined what I want into my Kung Fu game, so let me list those features. First, the ability to rewind time, so past mistakes can be undone. This is working, but still has a few things that I need to fix. More on this later. Second, you have only one life. Well, technically you have infinite life, since you can rewind time and save yourself from that mistake. But there is a limit on how much time you can rewind, and if you die, you will start again, from the beginning, but keep the gold for some permanent upgrades. Third, levels will change over time or shuffle, so not every single run will be the same. There will be some slight differences through each gameplay session. Some of the levels will change depending on what path you chose on the run, so different outcomes will be possible. Fourth, enemies will be able to fight back. They will not be just a sack to punch. Each one will be able to block or defend themselves, so each fight will be difficult, but not so much so you can still win. Fifth, ability to see into the future of the enemy actions. Since enemies will be able to block, counter or fight back, it is important to know what the enemy will do in the next attack or move, so you have the ability that grows over time, like gaining experience by defeating the enemy over and over. 6. Multiple dialogue system that changes as you play. For example, every time you start a game, the dialogue should change at some extent to go through the lore of the world and the characters involved and the ones that you are able to save. So if I check the scope of the game progress and the willing to finish this game, this is today's status. First time rewind. It works, but not fully. So this week I spent most of the time fixing this. One of the tricky things is that when you get to choose a reward, you can rewind time and get a new set of rewards if you didn't like what you saw. But what should happen instead is that you should get the same reward list, no matter if you move back in time or not. The random item generator should give the same result. This is still not fully working, but will work soon. Second, gold and permanent upgrades. It is working. There is this store where you can use your earned gold and upgrade permanently your hero, but I think I need to add more abilities into the list, besides the ones you can see now, so it is not complete yet, but close. Third, levels that change over time. This is still not fully implemented. There is only one level that can swap between the city and the bamboo forest, but more is needed. So for this, I will need to design new levels for each area. That means about 3 weeks of work to add all those levels. Fourth, enemy AI. It's not that bad, but it still needs to fight a little bit better. Not to spam attacks non-stop and to avoid somehow attacks from above. Enemies can easily block frontal attacks, but not if coming from a jump. So this will be implemented soon too. Fifth, the ability to see into the future is there, but is not properly implemented. There are some attacks that are not well displayed yet, and also the logic to see into the future is still not complete. It only uses the next few frames, but positioning is not correct. And also, you should only see the future once you get the experience to see that, so this will be implemented later. 6. Multiple dialogue system. It works, but needs to add more dialogue options. At this moment, only your master will give you 10 different welcome messages. As you come back to the game, I need to add more variety to explain more about the progress and the world in general, so this needs a lot more work. Besides these 6 points, there are a lot of small bugs that I need to fix, and those are the ones I have been trying to fix this whole week. For one is the dialogue bubbles, not aligned properly when the screen size change. This is still a problem that I cannot easily fix. The problem is that I want speech bubbles to always be rendered at the same size, regardless of the zoom level, so text is always rendered perfectly, but by doing it that way, it does not align with the game characters at different screen resolutions. And still, I don't know how to fix this. So there is still a lot of work left and I want to finish this game by next month. So no new enemies will be added and no new ideas. Just fixing what I have, finishing the levels I designed and start adding enemies to each section of the game. Balance it and get it ready for release. So hopefully I can release it in the next 6 to 8 weeks. And that's it for this week, a very short update. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to support my work, please click like and subscribe and click on the notification bell so you do not miss my next update. Thank you so much for watching my journey. See you next week.